What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Charles Paul. I'd like to welcome everybody to the third stimulus check update. $1,400 has been passed, $1,400 direct payments to all Americans. So before we get into the channel, we've got a lot of big news that we're going to spill out here on the channel. But before we get into all of that, I'd like for you to do one thing, actually two things. Subscribe, like this video. It really helps out my channel. This is the first video I'm putting up, so we'll see how everything goes, and I'm going to try to give you guys best updates that I could possibly give you. We're not on here to debate politics. Whatever your political view is, I would request that you keep that to yourself. This is not a channel to debate politics. This is a channel to give you all the updates, fastest updates, news, what's going on in the presidential world, what's going on, what's going to happen only in the weeks and months and years to come. So if you would, please keep your political differences, your political views to yourself, and I would respect that a lot. First thing we're going to cover on the channel today is the $1,400 COVID relief bill. The $1.9 trillion Joe Biden plan that they've passed in the Senate. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys hear from President Joe Biden yourself. Like I said, just keep your political views to yourself. This is for news and updates. So make sure you guys listen. We're going to now listen at President Joe Biden and on his views, his comments on the $1,400 COVID-19 package.
Treasurer Janet Yellen, and I want to talk today about our plan. And the January job numbers came out today. And while we're grateful for everyone who found work and is earning a paycheck, it's very clear our economy is still in trouble. We added just 6,000 private sector jobs in the country last month. Overall, we added 49,000 jobs. And this at a time when we have more than 10 million people out of work. 4 million people have been out of work for 6 months or longer. And 2.5 million women have been driven from the workforce. 15 million Americans are behind in the rental payments. 24 million adults and 12 million children literally don't have enough food to eat. These aren't Democrats or Republicans, they're Americans. And they're suffering. They're suffering not because of anything they did. Through no fault of their own, they're suffering. Once in a century virus has decimated our economy, and it's still wreaking havoc on our economy today. And so much of it is still about the virus. We're still in the teeth of this pandemic. In fact, January was the single deadliest month of the whole pandemic. We lost nearly 100,000 lives. I know some in Congress think we've already done enough to deal with the crisis in the country. Others think that things are getting better and we can afford to sit back, neither do little or do nothing at all. That's not what I see. I see enormous pain in this country. A lot of folks out of work, a lot of folks going hungry, staring at the ceiling tonight wondering, what am I going to do tomorrow? A lot of folks trying to figure out how to keep their jobs and take care of their children. A lot of folks reaching the breaking point. Suicides are up, mental health needs are increasing, violence against women and children is increasing. A lot of folks are losing hope. And I believe the American people are looking right now to their government for help, to do our job, to not let them down. So I'm going to act, and I'm going to act fast. I'd like to be doing it with the support of Republicans. I've met with Republicans. There's some really fine people who want to get something done, but they're just not willing to go as far as I think we have to go. I've told both Republicans and Democrats that's my preference, to work together. But if I have to choose between getting help right now to Americans who are hurting so badly and getting bogged down in a lengthy negotiation, or compromising on a bill that's up to the crisis, that's an easy choice. I'm going to help the American people who are hurting now. That's why I'm so grateful to the House and the Senate for moving so fast on the American Rescue Plan. Here's what's in that plan. First, it puts $160 billion into our national COVID-19 strategy, which includes more money for manufacturing, distribution, and setting up of vaccine sites. Everything is needed to get the vaccines into people's arms. There's simply nothing more important than us getting the resources we need to vaccinate the people in this country as quickly as possible. So job number one of the American Rescue Plan is vaccines. Vaccines. The second, the American Rescue Plan is going to keep the commitment of $2,000. $600 has already gone out. $1,400 checks to people who need it. This is money directly in people's pockets. They need it. We need to target that money.
So see guys, there you heard it. $600 is done gone out with our former president, Donald Trump. They've passed to send out $1,400 direct payments into the pockets of the American people. So they're acting fast. They're moving pretty swiftly. And it's awesome to see how quick they're moving. Because you got so many people struggling, so many people doing without. You know, as you heard from President Biden, the Republicans is not wanting to go with and negotiate and compromise with the Democrats, the independents. So from a news article, and I'll show that a little bit later on here in the video, a news article that went out said that basically the Democrats are going to go ahead and move on this without the support of Republicans. So now it came down to a vote, and your Vice President, Kamala Harris, was kind of like the tie-breaking, deciding vote in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. So what we're going to do now is we're going to play a clip for you guys so that you can hear it for yourself and see it for yourself about Kamala Harris, the Vice President, being the tie-breaking vote on the $1.9 trillion rescue plan from President Biden.
Live from Washington, Griff, are they going to go it alone?
I think they are, Dana. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It looks like a purely partisan path indeed, and history was made when, as you mentioned, Vice President Kamala Harris casting the tiebreaker, advancing this nearly $2 trillion relief plan.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50, the Senate being equally divided. The Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the concurrent resolution as amended is adopted.
This after 15 hours of vote-a-rama, that time-honored tradition where the minority party, in this case Republicans, forces the majority to endure endless amendments, putting everyone on record. Now, any senator could offer an amendment. More than 850 were filed. In the end, 41 roll call votes were taken. Among the ones that passed, Joni Ernst to prohibit.
So guys, there you just heard it. You heard from the votes, the news, that Kamala Harris was actually the tie-breaking vote. The Democrats seem that they're going to go at this bill by themselves without the support of the Republicans. And in that, you know, they passed, and in that that bill, that rescue plan that they passed with Kamala Harris being the tie-breaking vote, earnest amendment prohibiting increase of minimum wage, which we covered, and everybody knows that last time that President Biden, wanted to raise the minimum wage for federal workers to $15 an hour. Also in that plan, it's preventing illegal immigrants from receiving stimulus checks, which I think is a very, very great thing to do. You know, they are not allowed to get stimulus checks. That's another thing that's in that, is actually preventing illegal immigrants from receiving stimulus checks. Also, keeping U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. You know, that's something that former President Trump had instilled, was the U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. Also in that plan is opposition to defund police. an anonymous. So there's that opposition to defund police, keeping U.S. embassy in Jerusalem, preventing illegal immigrants from receiving stimulus checks, and earnest amendment prohibiting increase of minimum wage for federal workers. So Harris cast tie-breaking budget resolution vote. So basically, she can usually be the tie-breaking vote to basically get anything passed that they want to pass. Also, with former President Trump's impeachment is just a couple of days away. We've learned that by news articles that former President Trump will not be testifying in his own trial. His lawyers say that he will not be testifying in his own trial. So the news is out there. Donald Trump, former President Trump, will not be testifying in his impeachment trial. Also, guys, these stimulus checks are coming. $1,400 is coming very quickly. It's passed, so hopefully it gets out to the Americans very quickly. Now it's got to go back to the president to basically get passed. It's been passed in the Senate. It needs to be, and now it goes to Congress. Congress passes it, then it goes to the president. He signs it. President Joe Biden signs it, and then it gets mailed out and into the American people's pockets. Also, I want to talk about today was the pipeline industry, the pipeline project that has put a lot of people out of work. I also want to talk on that. That's something that they want to put out there, that it's they want to bring the workers back. They've been temporarily laid off. They want to bring the workers back to have them start learning to install solar panels. Because Joe Biden, President Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris wants to go to all solar eventually. So we'll see how that turns out in the coming days, weeks, and years. We'll see how that turns out. Also, like I said, we're not debating politics. We're just giving news and updates. So guys, we'll see what comes in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. I plan on doing a video, try to every other day, if not once a week or twice a week, to try and keep you guys updated more and more each day. Like I said, the amendment that passed in the House, along with the $1.9 billion or $1.9 trillion rescue package, was $1.9 trillion rescue plan. What passed in the House was the earnest amendment prohibiting increase of minimum wage for federal workers only. Also in that package was preventing illegal immigrants from receiving stimulus checks. Also was keeping U.S. embassy in Jerusalem. And then it's opposition, not to, but opposition to defund the police. That's what passed. So our police are opposition to defund police, keeping U.S. embassy in Jerusalem, preventing illegal immigrants from receiving stimulus checks, and also earnest amendment prohibiting increase of minimum wage for federal workers. All right, now we're going to tell you exactly, there's amendments in that rescue plan that did pass, and we've already touched base and covered those. Now we're going to cover the ones that did not pass, aka that failed with the same rescue package. Oppose stimulus checks for prisoners, which meaning prisoners that's incarcerated will not have the right to, their family or them will not have the right to be eligible for a stimulus check payment. Also that failed was reinstate border wall construction, which means they'll stop all construction on former President Trump's border wall. Also, what failed was against packing the Supreme Court. Now, back in the debate, when President at the time, former President Donald Trump was debating with former Vice President Joe Biden, You know, there was a big topic that Donald Trump brought up about asking Joe if he was going to pack the Supreme Court. So now with this being in this rescue plan and it being thrown out and not getting passed basically means it failed against packing the Supreme Court. Now he doesn't have an option to pack the Supreme Court. Like I said, we've already went over the ones that passed, and I'm going to read the ones that failed once again so everybody's up to date and up to speed. Was oppose stimulus checks for prisoners and prisoners' family members, reinstate border wall construction, also against packing the Supreme Court. So there's things in there that did pass along with the direct payment to the American people, and then there's things that did not pass. So guys, I want to say that's all I have for now. I look to keep you guys updated as much as possible. Like I said, I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week. We'll see how it works out, and I may be able to do more. But make sure before I go, guys, and that's all I have for today, but before I go, I want to say make sure you like this video. It really helps out our YouTube channel. Also, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.